All right, enough of the confusion, my people. Diabetes and sugar. Let's find out which causes which. Okay, sugar is actually related to diabetes, but let's see how. There are two types of diabetes majorly. Type 1 diabetes that is completely insulin dependent, and I'll explain what insulin is, and type 2 diabetes, which is due to the relative deficiency of insulin or insensitivity of your body cells to a hormone called insulin. So what is insulin? I'm going to use the sugar as an example. Okay, so when this sugar is taken into your blood after taking that cup of coke, your blood has now what? High amount of glucose. Whether after eating whatsoever, especially foods that are high in carbohydrates. Let's take this as our insulin. The role of insulin in the body, which is a hormone, is actually to take this sugar that you have taken, that you have consumed from your blood into your body cells. And your body cells need glucose to survive. They need glucose to function, especially your brain. So if insulin is not enough or insulin is completely absent, this glucose cannot be transported from your blood to your body cells. Do you understand? So if insulin is completely absent, like inode, that is what we refer to as type 1 diabetes. There is a high blood level of glucose because there is no insulin completely. The type 2 diabetes is the condition in which there is little amount of insulin in the body that is not sufficient to carry the large amount of glucose that is in the blood to the body cells, thereby leaving a large amount of glucose in the blood, and then over a long period of time becomes a problem to the person. Or there is actually insulin that is sufficient in the body, but yet the body cells are resistant. They are like, we don't know you. You brought glucose to us, but we're not collecting it. We don't know you. Do you understand? So that is what happens in type 2 diabetes. So actually, sugar has a role to play in diabetes. How? When you consume a large amount of sugar in the body, it goes through a lot of conversions, and then in the process it could also be converted to fat, and fat get deposited inside the cells of the body, and then with time someone comes down with obesity, having high levels of fat in the blood and in the body as a whole, and that contributes to what we call insulin resistance. So the body cells now are unable to perceive this insulin as somebody that is bringing glucose to them. So despite the fact that there is insulin in the body to carry this glucose from the blood to bring to the cells to say, okay, here, take them and use, the body is still not recognizing them, recognizing insulin. It's not recognizing the glucose it is carrying because it feels that I don't know you. So that's what fat causes in the body, insulin resistance. And it's not like the body does not need the glucose, it needs it. Remember that your body cells need glucose to survive, especially your brain. So imagine that your brain needs food, and then you bring food to the brain and it's saying, no, I don't want it. And it's hungry. And that is what we call what? Hunger in the midst of plenty.
Another thing is that even the organ that produces insulin could also get exhausted if it's consistently exposed to high levels of glucose.
Taking sugar directly does not really completely translate to having diabetes. Okay? Thank you, and you're welcome.